guys, it's Inspirational Nails, and I'm here to do this review on this amazing plate from Marianne Nails. It is the extra extra large number 3 plate, and it is huge. I mean, look at this. Look how big this plate is. And just so that you can see just how large it is. I mean, compare it to this plate right here. This is from Igibus, and it's huge. So this plate contains just so much variety of images. You have from the extreme, which are these really large images here. There's about 3 really large images. You also have like these swirly veins going on the sides here, on both sides. And then you have more smaller images throughout the middle of the plate. And then you have on the top, as you see these rows right here, and also on the bottom of the plate as well, you have about 3 rows of full nail images. So I already had I took off the blue film, so you won't be able to see, you know, all of the images that well, but I will go ahead and link down below her site so that you can go and view the plate and see all the images. It's absolutely a gorgeous plate. For me, this plate, you know, screams springtime, and I really wanted that to translate into my mani for this review. So this is what I came up with this mani, and I think it came out really nice. It's very whimsical and very spring, so that's kind of what I was going for, and I think it came out really nice. I love the sayings of this image, and I had to use it, and I love this like kind of almost like a tribal firefly. I just thought it was so cool. And I also used another image that had kind of florals. I'll show you in just a minute. But I did use 3 different images from this plate, but I did a double stamping on each of my nails. Okay, and there's the dragonfly. Isn't he so cute? I also used some really tiny Swarovski crystals on the dragonflies, on the head of the dragonfly. So I just used about 3 of them. Okay, and I will show you how I did this technique on some pop sticks as well. Okay, so let me first show you the images that I used from this plate. The first here is the full-size image, and I'm going to get close up so you can really see. And as you see there, it says live with promise, love with passion, and laugh with pleasure. I absolutely love this image right here, and I had to use it. So what I did was I just divided them up into each of my nails so that they really had their own, you know, space and was able to see, and that's why I actually stamped it this way versus stamping it, you know, going straight, because you really won't be able to see. Even if I use my shrink stamper, you know, you wouldn't see the sayings that well. So the second image that I used are this dragonfly right here. I thought he was just a really cool looking dragonfly, and I used him on my pinky, and I used him in little pieces throughout my nails, and then on my thumb I used the full image. Okay, and then the one I used on all my nails, oh, it's going to be hard to maneuver here. It's actually this image right here. I wanted something that was open enough, but you would, I wanted to use gold for this image. So I really wanted to be able to pick up the image really well, that you would be able to still see the beautiful gold and what it was, but be subtle enough that you'll be able to stamp over it and see all the different dimensions of the different images that I used. Okay, so that is what I use, and I'm just going to back up here. Okay, now for the polishes that I use, now I just used regular polishes. These are the regular polishes that I use, I'm sorry. Okay, the first one here is this pink one from China Glaze, and this is Rose Among Thrones. And I use this one a lot. I actually really love this pink. Okay, one of my favorite neon oranges is this one here by Salon Perfect, and it's called Traffic Cone. I mean, this looks like a traffic cone. It is truly the best neon orange. There's like two of them I have. They're so similar to each other. There's actually just, I mean, a hair of a difference between the two. But this is an amazing neon orange if you're looking for one. And it's at Walmart. You can get them at Walmart, and they're very inexpensive. Okay, and this yellow one that I use, neon yellow, is from LA Girls. And this one's called, I think, Glow. Yeah, it's called Glow. Okay, and then I also use this green one here from Lachette. I think I'm saying it right. And this one's called Spearmints. Okay, so these are the 4 colors that I use, and it doesn't seem like that when you look at my nails, because I use this what I call the smushing technique. Okay, I guess that's what they're calling it. I'm not sure, but that's what I'm calling it, the smushing technique. Okay, and basically is where you know, dot all the colors out, and you pretty much smush your stamper in there and smush it on the nails. So that's the technique that I use. Okay, so those are the colors that I did the smushing technique with. Now on top, if you see, there's that like gold beautiful shimmer, and it is from this tiny little bottle that I have. This is from, if I want to say it's from Paris, yes, this is a European brand from Mavala. I hope I'm saying it right, and it's gold or gold. I'm not sure. That's what it says there, or gold, but it's just a beautiful shimmery gold. It's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, this is just one coat of it, a very light coat, and you see how just that gold just really peeks out. It's really, really pretty. Okay, and then for the stamping, I did use 3 stamping polishes. They all were from Mundo de Uñas. I used the gold, I used my black, and I used my white. Okay, those are all the colors that I used for this mani. Okay, so I'm just going to put them to the side here. Now, I wanted to tell you that the plate came in very well packaged. It comes in a kind of the bubble wrapping paper, and it's also anchored by these little plastics that go in the corner. I will tell you that the plate itself, it is very bendable. It's on top of the metal is very bendable. It's not as thick as maybe some other plates. It's on a plastic board, okay, but it comes very well packaged, so it came perfectly, and it's always in a box, and it's very well protected, so it will not bend or anything in transit. You just have to make sure that you do take care of your plate. So you want to maybe put it in an area where it's not going to be easily bent, as I said, because it is flexible. So you don't want that to happen to your plates and mess up. So I'm going to go and just use my pop sticks. One thing I did not do, I didn't use any base coat on here. I just went ahead and just did the smushing technique onto my natural nail. Okay, I just used a base coat, and that's what I have exactly on this hand right here. So this is exactly what I stamped over. Okay, so I'm just going to use my little handy tool here that I have. I love it. I use it a lot. And I'm going to use my Creative Shop stamper. Okay, and what you want to do whenever you're doing this kind of smushing technique, You just want to open all of the bottles so that it's easy to make those little dots. Okay. So now that I have all my bottles open here, I'm just going to grab my little pop stick here. Okay. And you just want to put random dots. You know, they don't have to be in any random order unless that's what you're looking for. Even, you know, to how many dots you put down. I went very organic and just did what I felt. Maybe about 5 to 6 drops depending on what you're looking for. Then you take your stamper and you smush. And you smush again. Okay, and that's pretty much the first coat. I'm gonna grab another one here. Okay. And again, do the same process. And you can say, you know, stay very consistent with your dots so you have a more of a consistent pattern, or, you know, depending on what the colors are going to combine as, because that's really important of what you want to make sure that you achieve if you're doing all your nails the same and you want them to look the same. For me, it really didn't bother me, so it didn't matter. I just wanted that kind of marbly effect. Okay, now one of the things that I go ahead and do now that I have about 2 coats, once the stamper like dries, I use the colors that dry up on here onto the nail. Now what this does is it gives a more opaque look and I don't know, like a more organic feels. You see how it's coming off of the stamper? And you see how, like, I don't know how to explain it. It looks very layerdy. Layerdy. Is that a word? Okay. So anyways. And I think that looks really good. Okay. And then I'm going to take the other one and just use the rest of what I have on here. And I think that looks really good. Okay, I'm just gonna try to wipe that off right there. Okay, so that's it. It's very simple to do. Again, it's just taking the nail polishes, dotting them down and smushing them all together. And you can just do so many different colors and variation, whatever your heart desires. Okay, so now we're gonna move into the next. What I like to do is go ahead and if you want to top coat it, you can. You don't have to. For this, I'm just going to go ahead and, since I'm using that gold, this is what I'm going to top it with. Okay, and that's going to, it is going to smooth out the colors. So this is where you're going to get that more, once it levels off, you'll see the colors blending more together. Okay, and again, I just used a very little bit of this. And that's pretty much it. And you see how the colors look more marbly and blend with each other once you go ahead and put a top coat on it. I'm just using this one as kind of my top coat base. Okay. Okay, now here is where I would put my Shetri top coat so that I can have it dry faster and also be able to stamp faster. So that's what I'm going to do now. And I'm just going to go in with my Shetri, and this is my Shetri top coat. And this really will smooth out your image even more. See that? And that gold is just going to really pop out. Okay, so now that my pop sticks are ready, I'm just going to give this a few minutes to dry, and when I come back, it's time to stamp. Okay, so now that I'm back, I'm going to go ahead and start the stamping with the gold from Mundo de Uñas, and this is the image that I am using on both of the nails, and that's what I used on all my nails. Now, I just turned the plate around so that it's easier for you guys to see, and I'm just going to go ahead and open this up. That is way, oh my goodness. I went a little bit too happy there. It's all good. Okay. This image, you have to really get in there with this image, I noticed. So you want to make sure that you swipe all different ways so that you can really get into the grooves. So I'm just going to go ahead and smush my nail pop in there. It's very subtle, but it's just really pretty. It's going to really accent that gold shimmer. It's just really pretty. Okay. I'm just going to clean off all this mess I did here. Okay. Got one more to do. And again, with Mundo de Uñas, you don't need a lot of polish. But for some images, you have to make sure you scrape in all different directions so you're able to really penetrate that polish into the different grooves. And so that you can get a close-up and see all the pretty flowers. Again, this is a very subtle image. And there's a lot going on the nails, so again, it's not something you're going to really see, but it does come out. It's really beautiful, I promise you. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to the next, and I'm gonna turn the plate around. Okay, so for this pop stick, I'm going to use the white on the dragonfly. Okay, and again, I'm using my Creative Shop stamper, and as you see it right there. Now, one thing that is important, you probably want to take just a small piece of tape and just remove what you don't want. Okay, this will make it easier when you're transferring it. Make sure you don't get anything on the nail that you don't want. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is I like the side profile, so because I want to get as much as I can of him onto the stamper. And of course, you can use the clear jelly stamper in order to kind of see what you're doing better. But right now I'm just using my Creative Shop stamper. Okay, and there it is. And as you see, I got most of him on here. And he is just adorable. And that's pretty much it for this nail. You just put a top coat on it and you're done. So I'm going to show you what the end result is once you put on that top coat, because then you're really going to see all of the colors really come together. Okay, now on for the saying image. Okay, so that I'm going to use the Mundo de Uñas black. And I'm just going to clean this off right here. Okay. Now, if your nails are smaller, depending on how long your nails are, again, as I said, you can use your shrink stamper to make the images smaller. I really didn't want to do that because I didn't want to really lose from the size of the image, because there are that, you know, the smaller words on here. So I'm just going to pick that one up, and there it is. And the one I picked up was the Live with Promise. Now again, you want to take your tape and remove what you don't want really gently. Just take the piece of tape and pick up everything that you don't want. Oh no. So as you see, that's why I'm saying you got to be really careful when you're messing with tape and you're trying to take out, especially when you got close images like this and you're really just trying to grab a piece of it. So of course I have to do this again. Okay, so I re-picked up the image, as you can see. I haven't cleaned it so that you can see. Okay, now we're doing good. Okay, so now we're going to take that image. Now again, I did it to the side, so I just aimed where I felt was as close to center point as I could. Just laid down the image, and there it is. Okay, and now I am going to take a part of this dragonfly right here. I might take a piece of the wing. Okay, and I'm only going to use a part of the wing right here. Okay, and now I'm going to top coat it, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that they're top coated, what I want to do is I'm just going to go and pull out one of my tiny little rhinestones here. Okay, and I'm just going to use some top coat. Okay, and I'm just going to put it right where his little head is. And hopefully this is picking up. And I'm going to just pick up the stone and place it right where his little head is. Okay, and that is it. So here is the final two results, and I think they came out absolutely beautiful. You can see just those colors. It's just, I love how the colors just came together. You definitely can see all the colors when they're really close up. You know, you could see some of the pink and the yellow and that green with the orange. It just really came out really well. So I hope you enjoyed this, and until next one, bye guys.